Thanks to everyone who have subscribed. If you have not, please do. And thanks for coming out here. I really appreciate you. Hello, my people. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Remember Femi Gbajabiamile, the Speaker of the House, who all out of the blues just came up to say all Nigerians must be vaccinated against what nobody knows. Well, he just came up and there was an alleged information. Remember, the House started probing him to investigate into a 10 million US dollar bribe to him by Bill Gates to insist. He wanted to pass on this law without speaking to any Nigerian, without the House deliberating on it, without any proper hearing, which is the normal procedure for any law to be enforced or passed on. Anyway, the guy now, the breaking news is that he's facing impeachment over that infectious disease control bill that he was trying to pass on Nigerians by fire by force. Let's get to the news and get all the details. Femi Gbajabiamile faces impeachment over infectious disease control bill. As controversy continues to trail the infectious disease control bill before the House of Representatives, the Speaker, Honorable Femi Gbajabiamile, seat seems to be hanging in the balance as forces not comfortable with his recent style of leadership are said to be moving against him. Nigerian pilots reliably gathered that the recent face-off between the leadership of the House, led by Gbajabiamile, the state governors and speaker and former Speaker of the House, and now Governor of Sokoto State, Honorable Amiu, may cost Gbajabiamile his seat if not properly handled. According to the sources, the governors who are allegedly not happy with the way the House of Representatives responded to their advice that the infectious disease control bill should step down until proper consultations are made, are mobilizing against the speaker, who is the lead sponsor of the bill. The source further disclosed that the governors, at a recent meeting in Abuja, has secretly agreed to push for the speaker's impeachment through their various representatives at the Green Chamber. He said some of the governors openly accused the speaker of being arrogant in his approach to national issues, a development they said should be checked to maintain the coordinate relationship between legislatures and executive. Speaking further, the source stated that Governor of Sokoto, Honorable Amiyu, loyalists who felt slightly that the governor was accused of misleading and misguiding the other members of the governors forum are also spilling for war. He said some members of the House already have guarded against the Speaker over allegations of overbearing, especially in the handling the donations of the of the fight against the COVID-19 and the coronavirus. It was also alleged that the speaker has been making fabulous efforts to get his political godfather to rally the governors to shelve their plan and create an avenue for dialogue. It will be recalled that the governors operating under the Alliance of Nigerian Governors Forum (NGF) have recently urged the National Assembly to step down the proposed Infectious Disease Control Bill 2020 introduced by the House of Representatives until an appropriate consultations consultations process is held. Chairman of the forum, Dr. Kayode Fayemi, is also the governor of Ekiti State, had in the communication at the end of the forum 8 teleconference meeting added that the consultation must include a public hearing to gather public opinion and concerns on the proposed bill. However, responding to the advice by the Governor Forum, the House of Representatives said it does not legislate for states and therefore should not be cowarded or pushed aside for doing their constitutional responsibility. The Speaker, the spokesman of the House, Honorable Benjamin Kanu, in a statement regarded that Honorable Aminu who is a former Speaker of the House, stood a better position to rightly inform the Governor Forum but failed to do so. Honorable Kalu went ahead to call for the disqualification of Tabawa, who is also the governor of Sokoto State, from a proposed consecutive meeting with the Nigerian Governor Forum, accusing him of bias towards the Infectious Disease Control Bill, insisting that Tabawa misled and misguided the Governors Forum into asking the House to step down on the bill. We are sure that his position was informed by his well-known personnel and partiality was done. And so we are calling for the current leadership of the House of Femi Gbajabiamile consultation to be observed and to make sure that he continues in his office. The governors are, however, putting plans together to get him to step down. My people, we all remember Femi Gbajabiamile, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, who is wanting to pass on a controversial bill. He wants to insist that all Nigerians should be vaccinated. Vaccinated for what? Why? You know what? This all started with Bill Gates. He made a statement, a public statement saying, until everybody in the world is vaccinated, the world will not return to normal. And there was also an alleged information that Bill Gates bribed Gbajabiamile and a few members to stand by him to pass a law through the House that all Nigerians must undergo vaccination. Vaccination for what? Vaccination for coronavirus, that the disease, the treatment has not been found. We know, for instance, polio. We know, for instance, malaria. We know, for instance, other things and their medication. We know of their treatments. So if somebody has this is what to do. So you can be vaccinated against, like children, as they grow older, they take some vaccinations. Yes, because we know that this is something that can happen. So they are vaccinated against it. So when this thing eventually happens, children do not lose their limbs or movements in their lower body, or So we understand this and we know that this is being done to avert this. How do you want to vaccinate people against coronavirus that there is no cure yet? Or is it HIV that we know that there is no cure yet? So what are you vaccinating against? It goes to tell you that there is more to it than beneath the eyes. That people, powers that be, on top and for it. And Femi Gbajabiamile has come under no small criticism. Everybody is on him. Why? Initially, he wanted to even do it secretly. That's how lawless Nigeria is. Him and a few people wanted to pass on this law secretly with nobody knowing. But however, people got to know, was like, what's going on here? What's this law about and what are you doing? He said, yes, they want to do it. Okay. They moved on and they said finally the House should sit on it. The House sat, they said, no, that is not enough. People began to raise alarm here and there, many Nigerians. So this guy was going to just do it secretly. However, everybody began to raise an alarm. Even the governors held a meeting and said, what kind of thing? Because guess what? When something becomes a law, it affects everybody. No matter how you have to participate. And that's when Femi Gbajabiamile tried to, and they are saying now that the governors don't have a right. They have their own legislative whatever order to work and all that and all that. Nigeria, that's the country that you are in. Oh. That's the country that you are in, where people take laws into their hands, where people just do things anyhow and feel that they have a right, that they themselves are the law. Somebody says something and he says it's federal government. That's the kind of country that you are in. Anyway, this will come to an end. And he has been exposed very soon. With all this effort coming together, he will be impeached. His impeachment is around the door if he does not take care. While there are some forces against him, there are some that he has also bribed that are staying with him and saying he cannot be impeached, that the governors has been misled. They are saying let there be a public hearing. They don't want public hearing in the matter. They don't want anybody to speak upon the matter. Why? They have an agenda and they don't want anybody to interrogate them or to ask them questions. They just want to do their own thing. Just want to go ahead and do their own thing. Now the country where we dey be this. So anyway, my people, don't let evil continue daylight robbery. If you keep quiet, you'll be surprised. One day you dey your house, they come tie you, say you go must vaccinate, whether you like them or not. That's why you must not be quiet. Don't forget to thumbs up for us, to like us, to share, to subscribe, to click on the notification button so you can get all our latest news. We are here to keep you up to date with all that is going on in Nigeria and around the world. Femi Gbajabiamile as the Speaker of the House are numbered. If he's not careful, he'll be out of that place before he knows it. Thanks very much for listening. God bless you. Leave your thoughts and then don't forget to thumbs up or like us. God bless you. Bye for now.